Hi, Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com's DevOps TV here at DUS San Francisco 2016. And I'm happy to be joined with a friend of mine, Sridhar Peddinti, Vice President of Cloud at Newt Global, and Venkat, who heads up pre-sales engineering at Newt Global as well. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you, Alan. Glad to
Thank
be
you.
here.
Thank you very much, Alan.
So Venkat, I didn't pronounce your last name because I knew I would mess it up, but why don't you tell our
Yes.
audience?
So I'm Venkatnadhan. So I lead the pre-sales engineering and the open source initiatives at Newt Global,
Mm-hmm.
and I help customers deliver on DevOps.
Excellent. So, Sridhar, you and I have spoken before on
Yes.
camera, and we, but maybe someone didn't see the previous ones and they're not familiar with Newt Global. I don't want to take a lot of time because we have so much to cover, but just a quick background on Newt Global for
Sure. Newt Global, we are based out of Dallas, Texas. We are a solution provider. We do DevOps and cloud implementations and the test automation. Those are three areas that we help our clients. Our client pool includes Fortune 50 accounts. Yeah.
Excellent. So, Sridhar, one of the things about Newt Global is no matter whether we're here at DUS or at Jenkins World, which is I think the last time we spoke, or at other places, it seems Newt Global is always very well connected with vendors within the DevOps space as well as partners or customers who are you're working with. For instance, here I know it does American Airlines.
Yes.
Was a customer who presented here,
Yes, yeah.
and you work with them as well.
Yes.
But why don't you give our audience a little background? What are some of the tool vendors that you guys partner with?
So, like one of our clients says, he quotes us, you are our secret sauce, because what you bring in is not just your expertise, but you closely work with the vendors, product vendors. And one tool can fix the problem. You need a combination of tool, combination of process improvements. And that's why any implementations, any customer we walk in, we closely work with the product vendors. We have partnerships with Enterprise GitHub, CloudBees, Electric Cloud, ZBA Labs, Pivotal, and I can go on unless. It's the kind of, pretty much anything and every product that in the DevOps space, most of them, I wouldn't say every, and the cloud enablement. And we work very closely with the product architects. We have very great relationships with them, and that's the value added, if you engage in global.
Excellent. And Venkat, I know when we spoke a little bit off camera, you definitely had sort of a three-phase or a three-step process that you're following.
Right.
When you were engaging, some of the customers like American and
Right.
others. Why don't you give a little bit to our
Sure.
audience about this three-step process?
Sure. So basically, whenever any enterprise wants to engage in DevOps, right? So they hear DevOps for the first time. They first want to know what is DevOps, how do I benefit from that, and then usually they, I call the first stage as infancy stage. So typically they want to do everything fast. They implement a lot of automation there. Very soon they realize that this automation is not good enough. They need to bring in engineering practices. They want to Dockerize, they want to orchestrate the builds, they want to do data virtualization. So they bring in a lot of engineering practices, and that's where they graduate from that infancy stage or the first stage to the zone 2, where they bring in all these practices, the tools that Sridhar talked about and other things. And then finally, when they do a lot of, they scale up the applications, they see that, hey, I'm doing stuff fast, I'm having the practices, but I'm not getting that, business benefits. Then they graduate to what is known as a zone 3, where they decide to re-architect the applications for the cloud in microservices, container orchestration, and so on. And that is when they start, getting the real agility and benefits of DevOps.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And Venkat, while we're on the subject, that you had also mentioned you work a lot with open source
That's correct.
projects. Tell our audience a little bit about some of the open source projects you're working with.
Yeah, so basically we are, what we found is, hey, there's a lot of material on Java DevOps, there's a lot of material on .NET DevOps, but you want to do something on COT system, something like a SAP or a PeopleSoft. Now, there aren't great tools out there in the market that really kind of does that kind of DevOps for you. So what we typically do is we have defined a very created a specific workflow based on our experience, and then we have created some Jenkins plugins which we have kind of contributed to the community, and where people can create some special use cases for, say, PeopleSoft DevOps. So how do you implement that? So it kind of brings in some smarts into your DevOps pipeline.
Excellent, excellent. Sridhar, let me turn back to you. I know some recent news with New Global, new
Yes.
offerings and so forth. Why don't you bring us up to speed on that?
Oh, certainly. So the Newt Global, what like last time we talked, is we have what we call DevOps in a box, and we walk into the clients. You give us access to your source code. We'll show you going through your security scans, going through your Nexus IQ server scans and Fortifys, or whatever. Enter the pipeline. We'll show you the result with your source code. On top of it, what we start doing is extending the some of the open source work out there, doing a dashboards. And this is actually came from the demand from our clients. Is it's all great work you're doing, but if I'm an executive, I want my view of all the tools, how they manage my code. Like, say, I want to see the trend graphs. If where somebody, do you have 900 issues yesterday, today it's 800 or 1,000? I want to see the trend graphs of last 90 days. So we are working on building the dashboards for our clients, and that's clients love it because they get one place to go and get a viewpoint of it.
Excellent.
All right.
Guys, one last question. So we're here at DOES. This is the third day. It's Wednesday, day 3. First of all, have you been to a DevOps Enterprise Summit before?
Oh, this is our first time, and we're enjoying it.
Yeah? What impressions?
It's really good. I really like the opening sessions. Every morning we have it in the same common room. Yesterday I was at lunch with Forrester lunch where Gene Kin was there, all the clients were there. It's a pretty good learning experience because some of the clients, we have probably 20% of the clients are our clients. Rest of them are other people, and the challenges are common everywhere you go,
Yeah.
right? So it's a
That is the lesson, by the way, of DOES, that the challenges are common.
challenges are
We
common.
all go through the same, so much of the same kind of stuff.
So it's kind of reassures us, yes, what we're doing, we are solving real problems, not just one client, but we are helping the industry to evolve. And I was talking to people from Forrester over there, and they completely agree with that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And just to add to what Sridhar said, we are also able to validate, what maturity stages which each customer is or
Yeah.
each organization is, and we're able to validate our learnings. That's
Excellent. Well, guys, we're going to wrap our conversation up. Good checking in. Sridhar, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank
and
you.
it was really a pleasure.
Venkat, nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Good luck with New Global.
Yep.
And we'll see you maybe at the next DevOps conference.
Oh, next week I'm
Or
presenting
you-
in CD Summit next week.
That's right. You'll be in Austin at
Yeah.
our CD Summit next week. And I should mention, Sridhar, you're an author on DevOps.com
Yes, I have
as well.
Yes, thank you.
Always
I really like
appreciate the
it.
content.
Thank you.
Sridhar Peddinti, Newt Global, Venkat, and I'm not going to try your last name, Venkat, from Newt Global, but thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot for this.
Thank you. This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com's DevOps TV at DOES 16.